This episode of Noise of the Broke Boys is brought to you by cardboard. Yes, that's right. I'm talking about the same cardboard that is used to protect your year's supply of Preparation H as it is shipped from the warehouse to your residence. Same cardboard that you used to spin on your back because you were too broke and lazy to walk to that free practice session that your local hip-hop scene provides. And yes, that same cardboard that was used to make the poster of Justin Bieber that you hide in your closet. Don't worry, as a true believer myself, I will not let your secret out. Have you ever wondered what that B in Cardi B's name stands for? Well, it's Board. Mrs. Cardi Board supplying your local strip club with the freshest tunes. Cardboard is smooth, strong, and stylish. It's the perfect replacement for all your cardstock needs. Head down to your local dumpster and dive right in to pick up the latest shipment of cardboard and have yourself a Cardi Boardy time. And now, on to the show. In this episode, I bring in a good dance buddy I've had since high school. We basically came up together as B-boys in the early 2000s and grew to love hip-hop culture together. He is a member of the world-famous dance group, the Kinjas, and currently lives in the Southern California area, teaching and managing the various dance schools that the Kinjas have built from the ground up. Please enjoy this episode with my good friend, Darren Wong. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Diarrhea Doo-Doo Show. This is Noise of the Broke Boys. I am your host, Kurt Rockski, and today I have one of my oldest dance friends. He is a member of the Kinjas, who are, if you don't know, they are ninja cosplayers that also do dance. They do Naruto cosplay, and then they're also good dancers as well.
Sounds about right.
I've known this guy for quite a while. I went to high school with him. I had a crush on his mother. She was my math teacher. And, yeah. What's up, man? This is D-Money, Mr. Darren Wong. What's up?
Chilling, dude. Good to be here.
Yeah. So, dude, I haven't talked to you in a minute. When did I last see you? Probably at my wedding, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because you've been living out in L.A. for a minute, huh?
Yeah, probably since 2007. Yeah, and
when you went to school, like Irvine, right? Mm-hmm. You went to UC Irvine. You moved out here and have been out here since then.
Yep.
Right. Cool. Cool. So, like, when I first met you, you were already like, you already knew what's up with dance. I mean, you were already kind of dancing. And you were a freshman in high school, and I was a junior, probably.
Yeah, I think junior.
So I don't know what I was doing, hanging out with juniors. I mean, hanging out with freshmen when I was a junior.
Yeah, I was a cool freshman, you know.
Yeah, I guess so. Or yeah, you were cool and I was uncool, so we like met in the middle a little bit. Yeah, so we were about both sophomores.
Averages out.
Yeah, I guess so. So when I met you, yeah, you were already into dance. So like, what got you into dance?
I think like most guys who want to dance, a girl, of course. So I wanted to impress
a particular girl.
I don't think it was maybe it was. Ooh. I think it was a particular girl in like middle school.
Ooh, very nice.
So I wanted to do breaking because I thought that was like the closest thing I could do since I did martial arts. Mm-hmm. So then I basically just tried to find any video I could through like illegal like torrents and stuff since this was before YouTube, and just learned from that and just practiced in the garage with my homie, and then the rest is history.
So did you get the girl?
No, got a different girl though. So it all worked out.
Sweet. Yeah, no. Back then, that was like 2001, probably.
Yeah. A long time ago.
Dude, did the internet? Yeah, it existed.
Yeah, I think it existed.
Videos on the internet didn't exist, though, did they? I just remember like going to, what was it, Bboy.com or org or something?
Yeah.
And they had those like, they had GIFs, but they're not like the GIFs you see now. They were like, it'd be a 10-second thing, but there's only 5 frames in it. So you're like, oh, what did he do?
Super bad quality.
Yeah, it was so bad because I remember trying to get that stupid page to load that taught you how to do turtles. And it was a GIF of, I think, Cujo doing them, and you wait 10 minutes for it to load, and then it finally loads, and it's just like, dude. And I was like, how the hell did he do that? Like, the whole reason I waited so long for this to load was to see how to do that in slow motion. But no, it skipped like 15 frames, so I missed it all. Yeah, stupid bboy.org. I hope you don't exist anymore. No, actually, I hope you do, but I hope you're listening to this and feel bad.
And sponsor this show.
Please sponsor this show. I'm sorry. I love your gifts. I downloaded them. That's all bad when you're like downloading GIFs. You downloaded GIFs to like learn how to break.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's an animated picture. That's terrible. But anyways, somehow we got to where we are.
I know. Kids have it so easy nowadays.
Yeah, animated GIFs to what? A finalist on World of Dance?
Yeah.
Jeez.
There it is. There it is. Well, I made it.
Thank you, bboy.org. You are the people. The people's choice for gifts. So, do you still rep Panda Express? So back when we went to high school together, we went to El Camino High School. We made this crew together as like kind of a joke, and we called it Panda Express Crew because all of us were just the only Asian kids there, and all of us just decided to break. So it's like is that Asian club or is that like breaking club? I don't know.
Stereotypical Asian dancers.
It could be both. Breaking club and Asian club had the same members. So anyways, we made it and we called it Panda Express Crew because
we repped hard, you know?
We repped hard. We actually battled
we did.
That's even funnier that we actually battled people as Panda Express Crew. That's the best part.
Oh, man.
But anyways, so since high school, you've had a pretty decorated list of like groups you've been a part of. Of course, like Legendary Steps, Flexible Flav. You were in Cabo Modern, right? Mm-hmm. You were leading that crew, right?
Yeah. For
so
2 years. Yeah,
Cabo Modern, the what would you call them? The hip hop dance, choreo dance.
Yeah, I feel like there's like multiple teams at UCI. Cabo Modern's probably like one of them.
One of the top ones.
One of the tops, and then the other one would be CADC, which is where Mike and Anthony, the 2 creators of Kinjas, came from, actually. So.
Okay, yeah. So then, obviously Kinjas, and now you're in Underground Flow, which is also a Sacramento crew.
Sacktown.
Yeah. So how did you get involved with Kinjas? I mean, I guess you kind of alluded to it, but let me hear the story.
So when I was a freshman in college, there's this thing called Casa Dance Off, which is like a Korean club. But basically,
wait, what?
Yeah, dude.
Casa Dance Off? Yeah. Did they not know that that's a Spanish word?
Casa with a K.
You know? What?
So basically, it's like this Korean club. They put together. It's only freshmen. So if you're a freshman, you're allowed to compete in like this choreography showcase, basically. So basically, every school has their own team and their own choreographers. So that's kind of where I met Mike and Anthony at the same time. And then at the same time, Victor Kim, who we used to like Panda Express Crew.
Panda Express Crew. Victor Kim, hit me up. I know you're trying to elude me, but hit me up.
So Victor was telling me like, oh, you should go for like either one of these because these are like, you know, the top crews. So then I ended up going with Kaba just because they did more breaking pieces and I didn't know like choreo. So I went with that. And then that's like kind of how I met both of them though through Casa Dance Off because they both were there choreographing.
And so then you guys, they formed the crew or conceptualized it or whatever, and then they reached out to you?
Yeah. So basically the way Kinjas formed was Anthony was going away to work somewhere else. So they wanted to do one last showcase together and bring in all the homies that they've always wanted to dance with. So they just like handpicked like pretty much the top people from each crew that they like knew and like we're still friends with. and then they put on a
Sneaky.
showcase, and then all of a sudden people really liked it, and they're like, oh shoot, this is like something we might be able to do.
That's like some Seven Samurai type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very normal or like a much toned down version that I was thinking it was. I thought you guys maybe like went to like a Comic-Con and you're all like dressed as ninjas, and then just like and then just all of a sudden just started like dancing, and then you're like, oh, he's a dancing ninja, oh, you're a dancing ninja, and you're all just like, oh, we should join Power Rangers Ninja Force. Oh no, wait, never mind, let's just let's make a crew together.
Yeah, definitely not that.
That would have been a cooler origin story.
I guess.
That one was too normal for me. So that's what I'm gonna cut out what you just said, and I'll just say that that's what it was. But yeah, so then you joined together, and then the Underground Flow twins, Steven and Michael, they joined too. They got reached out to. And who else do you have in that crew? You guys got a lot of people.
Yeah, B-Boys.
I mean, it's
not.
I mean,
Victor used to do it in the very beginning.
Okay.
That was when they were on Boo Black Ops. So we weren't even Kinjas yet. So then,
what is it?
On Boo Black Ops. That's literally from Naruto.
On Boo Black Ops.
Yeah. So then that was when, like, for sure we were doing a lot of Naruto stuff.
What the hell?
And then we changed it to just be, dancing ninjas.
I don't know Naruto, but that sounds like a really terrible BET show. On Boo Black Ops. Or like, I don't know, some terrible. Right?
See it? We changed it.
Yeah, okay, well.
Does it roll off the tongue as well?
No, not at all. Oh, yeah, you guys would have definitely lost first
Probably would
round.
have got sued too.
You would have got sued and lost World of Dance for sure. They would have been like, On Boo Black Ops is off the show. You guys are gone. Okay, so that's dope. So you guys repped as that name, eventually came up with Kinjas. What does Kinjas mean, I guess? Like, I just assumed it's ninjas that are Korean or something. But you're not Korean, so
Actually,
I don't know.
that's not. A lot of people always guess that, so you're not the only one. Kin means family, and then we dance as ninjas. So
that's tight.
It's a family of dancing ninjas.
Family of dancing ninjas. Dude, this should be like a reality TV.
Dude, follow this around. It'd be pretty funny.
Keeping up with the Kinjas. Dude.
Trademark that.
That's what's up. So, if people don't know this, Kinjas eventually went to World of Dance, which was like a TV dance competition show that had tons of different dancers on there, and like $1 million prize, right? And so you guys were competing in it, and you guys were the finalists of it, and you lost to two motherfuckers. Shout out to Lay Twins, but should have been these dudes. No, I'm kidding. They're good. But.
Yeah, actually, we got to the finalists for our group. So it's like finalists for like soloists and duos, and then there's finalists for groups, and then there's finalists for, I think it was like called kids or whatever that was. Yeah, so we lost to J-Lo's salsa team.
J-Lo's salsa team?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're dope. They're dope. They're like definitely high energy.
I feel, what the heck? Okay, maybe I missed. I didn't watch the whole season. I watched like the ending. I feel like
it was confusing. It was confusing.
I don't remember
so many different groups.
There was there was a lot, and there was so many different styles.
Yeah,
I think that was the other thing. Well, anyway, so that's like that got you guys a lot of fame and stuff. So you guys now are like, teaching and then doing shows and stuff. So like, I guess where has that gotten you now, and like what are you guys planning to do in the future?
So actually today we're opening a new studio in downtown LA. It's called the Complex. So we have that. We did like a Kickstarter Indiegogo type thing for our first studio in Monterey Park. It's called Kinjas Dojo. We currently have 3 studios, I believe, in China. So we're all over the place.
In China?
Yeah.
Oh, so is that why you guys are in China?
Yeah, so we're in China a lot now.
Because you just got back from China like a couple weeks ago. Dang, so I figured you were there doing like shows or something.
Yeah. So we have a lot of work in China now too. So we're kind of all over the place. Other than that, just teaching with around the world workshops, normal stuff. Some of the guys choreograph for like K-pop stuff, and then we'll get pulled into
tight.
that. Yeah, so pretty much anything to do with dance and music, we're trying to have our little hands in, I guess.
And then your little hands. You have like your little swords.
Yeah.
What else? Hey, do you guys actually dance with weapons? I don't remember.
No.
I just know you walked around like like your hand is broken and you're just like yeah.
One day we'll work with the weapons.
Some weapons, throwing some like So in China, I wouldn't imagine hip hop dance is popular in China, but apparently it is.
Now it is, just because they started making it well, you know how like China's government is, they like kind of control what people see. So now they're letting like dance be a big thing.
Oh, that's
that's
cool.
why I think it's kind of blowing up a lot more now.
I wonder if there's a political reason for that. Why would
I don't know, money?
We'll hypnotize them with dance, and then they'll
pay us more money.
Give us money.
Yeah,
they don't. What the heck? I don't know. I don't know how China works actually, because they're like a communist country.
Yeah,
I don't know how their money works. So
they got a lot of it.
Got a lot of it, and they're giving it all to you guys to teach them dance and do shows for them. So cool. You're like that's the most American thing you can do. Dude, you're a patriot.
There you go.
Dope. Kinjas, shout out.
No, USA.
USA. Well, that's dope. So like, what is the dance scene like in China? Like, I've been to China because I used to do shows with the NBA, dance shows. And so I went to China probably like 2 or 3 years ago. And so there was like a huge NBA crowd there, and they freaking love basketball. But we were there, and it seemed like they really enjoyed what we were doing too, but they maybe weren't too familiar with it, I guess. But it seemed like a cool place to like for it to blow up someday. And I know that the breaking scene is starting to grow a little bit. Sorry, my dog is barking. Hey, shh! So I know the breaking scene is starting to blow up a little bit more, and you're seeing more crews and stuff come from there. I don't know if other hip hop styles are like, there's crews in those styles coming from China, but it seems like it's a growing place.
Yeah, for sure. I think the dancers over there are like, they're hungry to like learn, so like they're leveling up pretty quickly.
So they're coming.
They're coming for blood for everybody.
Oh man!
But yeah, they're dope.
Are they like, dressed as ninjas too?
Nah.
No, they got them like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon outfits. You know what I'm talking about? The kung fu outfits.
Nah, they just dress like normal hip hop kids.
What if they made a movie like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but it was just dancing?
Maybe.
And they just start flying. They would like fly. Oh yeah, that'd be dope.
We should just make it.
I would watch it, but I'm not Chinese. It needs to be in Chinese and then like have subtitles or whatever, or like dub over it. I guess you could do that.
It's true.
Just say something else and then dub over it so your mouth is moving differently. Oh man, yeah, that's a quick
ideas right here.
Yeah, that sounds like a quick way to get in trouble. So that's tight that you guys are in China doing like a lot of cool things. So aside from teaching and stuff, are there any big shows that you guys are working on? Like I'm comparing you to like maybe Jabberwockies who have a show out in Vegas that they perform, and then they also started doing some traveling thing or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, they're doing shows like all over the place. Is that like in the cards for you guys too?
I think we've always talked about doing like our own theater show. I think there's just so much going on right now that there's always something in the background that is happening. As far as I know, I think we're just more focused right now on just this complex opening, and then from there we'll see where that leads, I guess. But I'm pretty sure in the future we would love to do like a theater show, because we were like, it's just fun to like.
I think that's a cool way to like let your stuff shine, and you get full control of like what you're doing. Well, assuming you get full control. I mean, probably you got to work with a lot of the other theater people to make sure that they're getting what they need out of it. But yeah, you got a lot more control of like what you can do. You could say, I want this exact music. I want to extend this part so long, I'm comparing it to like something like what you did on World of Dance, where you would do a set that's like a minute long or whatever.
Have to get copyrights for music and stuff. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff you got to do.
A lot of red tape.
There's a lot of red tape, and so many hoops to jump through, and then there's a lot of production staff that are like giving you orders to do something different. So I imagine that kind of like, I don't know, it lets you not control it as much as you probably want, because I imagine when I do stuff, I go, I have this vision for it, and then someone goes, that song doesn't work. Go, well, there that goes, and that's why I'm here sitting in the dining room talking to someone who's actually successful. Stupid. What the heck was I gonna say? I was gonna ask you something. I forgot. So at your dance studio, like you have three. You said 3 studios in China, and you have 2 in LA. And are you planning to go anywhere else from here? Like,
I think it's always like an option. I mean, people always ask us to open studios, near them. So
like East Coast?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Like pretty much anywhere is an option.
I think I guess it probably depends on where your people are planning to go, because you obviously need to have some of your people there, which all of them are here, right?
Yeah, I would say most of us are here, and then we have partners called Sinostage. Those are our partners in China. So they run that over there.
Now, do the students that go there, do they have to wear ninja outfits?
No. I mean, if you want, you can.
What if I decided
It's like, when you go to Disneyland and it's like okay to dress up. I feel like if you walk in as like masked up, you're like, cool, you're welcome here. Like, no one's gonna look at you weird.
What would I have to wear for them to like kick me out?
I don't know. You should test it out.
A Donald Trump outfit costume.
It's like, what's the limit here?
What if I had a Donald Trump mask on with a ninja outfit?
Next question.
Yeah, for real. All right, that's the end of that. So with all your success, I imagine you've seen a lot of like cool things in your life. So can you tell me maybe about like the coolest thing you've seen, like that dance has brought you to, or like the most inspirational, or even the funniest, or all 3?
That is a good question. I guess the coolest would have to be World of Dance. That was like just being surrounded by pretty much everybody's like a master in their craft. So you're basically like in a room with like a bunch of masters, and they're just like vibing out together. Everyone's just like friendly, so there's like no hate or beef. So that was cool for sure. I think that was like the number one memory. Traveling wise, I would say maybe going to like the Philippines, like seeing like I think it was like a Dota 2 championship or something like that.
Dota. Oh, the video game?
Yeah. So it was like a championship, and then like the Green Ranger was there randomly.
The Green Ranger? Yeah. Oh, was he trying to pick you guys up to be in Ninja Force or whatever?
No, he was just there. We're like, what the freak?
The Green Ranger? Was he actually dressed up as the Green Ranger?
No.
Does he wear like regular clothes that are all green?
Chilling, man.
Because that's what they would always do. Right? I don't know. If I was the Green Ranger, I would do that all the time. Except I wouldn't want to be the Green Ranger. I'd probably be the...
Wait, was he the green?
I'd want to be the Black Ranger.
Oh,
you know, because Zach from the original one would be like, let's go. He'd like strike... He'd do a body roll into a fighting stance, and it was like the dopest shit ever. At least when I was 10 years old or whatever I was when I watched that, I was like, that's how you fight.
Hey, man. Throw it into one of
And
your
then I got
sets.
beat up.
Throw it into one of your sets, man. Bring it back.
No, I just want to get in street fights like that. Just like, hey, what did you say to me? Let's go. It's morphin' time. And then, like, as I'm doing that, they're, like, beating me up. I'm just on the ground.
You did it with style, though.
I know, yeah. That sounds like a bad idea. Don't do that. But it was cool to watch.
Yeah.
Because they were just fighting, those little, like, putty guys,
things.
whatever. I don't ever understood that, actually.
I don't understand.
Because it just was, like, clay, and then they all of a sudden were, like, things, and you just kicked them once and they're dead. And I'm like, man, you guys screwed up a little bit. Like, if you put all your faith in, like, taking over the world with those little things, like, dude, you guys.
Or why didn't you just form one giant putty thing?
Yeah, seriously. Like, why did you pick that little guy? Why didn't you just make a Godzilla and just say, hey, you don't need to fight nobody. Just walk around this city, and, by the time the Power Rangers, like, get their, like, thing together and kick you, like, half the city is already destroyed. Man, I should have been Rita Rapunzel, goddammit.
Freaking Rita.
After 10,000 years, I'm free. It's time to conquer Earth. Let's make little clay monsters to get beat up by high schoolers, basically, right?
High schoolers led by a giant head.
Led by a giant head who's never fought a day in his life. Come on, dude. Power Rangers, jeez. I don't know. Shout out to Power Rangers, though.
Sponsor the show.
Yeah, please. Oh, God. Oh, God, look at me. I need a sponsor. Damn. So, like, what about, is there any, like, movie opportunities, like, in the works for you guys?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I feel like most dance movies don't go as far as, like,
They don't.
we would want them to go. You know what I mean? But it would still be dope, for sure.
I actually always thought about writing a script for a movie that had to do with hip-hop and breaking. That would show more of, like, the rawness behind it, because every dance movie I've seen has always been cheesy as shit.
For sure.
It's like, I watch Beat Street or whatever just to see the dancing, and then as soon as they start talking, oh, you biters, you ain't worth a bit. So what's up with that, punk? I turned it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
That.
This is like the cheesiest thing I've ever seen. But so I've always wanted to see a movie like that, and I compare it to 8 Mile, with Eminem, where he, he's just like, it's almost just the story of Eminem, really. But like, I feel like they just put like a really gritty, like, veil over it to show the more raw side of, like, hip hop and battle rapping and stuff. And so I always thought that that'd be dope to take that on with breaking.
Yeah,
but
that'd be dope.
It's I don't know.
Just like telling the real story of, like, some's life versus
a little bit, because
being like, this is dance.
The things that have always bothered me, and it kind of why I started this podcast was because I would always see, like, Hollywood portrayal of breaking and hip hop dance, and it's always like, let's do hip hop, and I'm like, all right, yeah, maybe. I mean, if you're, I don't know.
If that's what it's really like,
if that's what it is, but that's not what I remember from hip hop. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, like, shame that, but there's more to it than hip hop.
Yeah, for sure.
There's like, what, man, I saw some stupid video of, like, this girl going, like, and like, it was some weird dance, like, teaching how to do some stupid dance in a music video, and I was like, oh man, is this where we've come? It was funny, but it might have been a joke, actually, but it was just like, yeah, that's not the hip hop I know. So sure. I wanted to, like, show the other side of it and talk to people who've, like, lived through it and are still living through it, to put that on there so that, you know, people who don't know hip hop don't just get the one-sided view from the Hollywood perspective. Because really Hollywood, I think the way Hollywood looks at it is they go, okay, what is cool looking? This isn't the highlight of our movie or a commercial or whatever. We just want to see some cool moves and look and people smiling and stuff, which is fine. Like, I think that's cool too, because, you know, any exposure is good exposure. But if that's all you ever see, you go, oh, like, what is breaking? What is hip hop? What is this? It's people smiling and doing backflips. And it's like, nah, there's a lot more to it than that. There's like a huge hustle behind it. There's, you know, long hours at a studio or, you know, on the concrete if you're like that. I mean, there's long hours just like putting into your craft and stuff that I think you miss if you only see it in a movie or whatever.
For sure.
So that's why I wanted to bring you on, because you obviously have gone through the hustle and the struggle to get to where you are, and that's why I've brought on a lot of other people. Maybe someday I'll write a movie.
That sounds dope. I think it's just like, if you really understood like how much even like physically we go through, like
you get beat up.
Yeah, like
you get beat up.
The risk we're putting our bodies through, even not just for like now, but in the future, like it's kind of crazy.
It is crazy because it's like getting beat up every day. I mean, you're not getting black eyes and stuff, but you're definitely doing stuff that, I mean, I guess as an example, like when I was learning windmills, I would go home every day with like a bruise on my shoulder, a bruise on my hip, and then I'd come back the next day and do it again, and then the bruise would just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then, you know, and then tons of scars, and then eventually I think my body just got used to it and was like, all right, you win. No more bruises. And then it stopped bruising and it stopped hurting, but I'm pretty sure that's going to come back to
for sure. That's why we got to take care of our bodies, man.
You got to take care of your body for sure.
Especially when we were younger, you know, we didn't even stretch. We just like jump in and just go for it.
Yeah, that was a bad decision. I would do that all the time. And it wasn't until I tore my meniscus in my right knee, and like the doctor was like, you're going to need surgery. You're never going to break again. And I was like, oh no, I screwed up. Oh, it's over for me. Oh no. And then, so I was just like tripping at that point and trying to figure out, you know, how to get through that. And so then I what did I do? I just took like a whole year off from dance and just let it heal. I was like really scared of getting surgery because I had a bunch of friends that got the surgery.
Yeah.
And so then they couldn't like dance as much as they could after the surgery. So I was super scared of it. And so I just said, what do I have to lose? Let me just quit for a year and see what happens. And then if I really can't move, then I'll go and get a surgery, and then that's it. You know, the doctor told me that wouldn't be a big deal. So to wait for it, as long as I'm not like.
Did you get surgery?
No, I didn't get surgery.
Oh,
okay. I took the whole.
Just healed by itself.
I took and I went to a physical therapist, worked out my knee, got a lot of like, work done on it. And, you know, and then I just rested a long time.
Yeah. Because I tore my meniscus in high school, remember?
Yeah. And then you got like hand hops.
Yeah, dude. That's the only reason I have hand hops.
Yeah, you got crazy hand hops.
Dang, I didn't know you like tore it and didn't have surgery. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I was scared. I mean, at that moment, if I was in a different mindset, I probably would have got it. But I was like, dude, if I get a surgery and I don't need it, and it like messes it up, because the surgery basically, you have a flap of your meniscus, which is a bunch of cartilage between your knees, it's like torn and doing all sorts of, it's waving in the wind and stuff. And first of all, cartilage takes a long time to heal, so it's gonna have problems. And then the surgery is they cut it off.
Yeah. Just
right.
remove it, clean it.
So then, if it's not perfect, like now there's rubbing there. So then they say what happens is like you can get arthritis and lots of problems later on in your life too. and then your knee is going to function differently now that that's not there, because you essentially do need that there, but because it's causing more problems, it's causing pain, they'll cut it off. And so I guess mine was kind of healing weird, and so I just went to the physical therapist, and they would just break down scar tissue until it eventually got into a good place where it doesn't bother me. And so it really doesn't bother me at all. I mean, like once in a while, like if it's cold or something, I'll feel like a little bit of pain or whatever.
Dang, we're old, man. Look at that.
So there's that. And then I injured my shoulders, both of my shoulders. This one was from, my right shoulder was on a, I was practicing, do you know what an Arabian twist flip is?
So.
It's like it's like you kind of jump like you're going to backflip, and then you twist 180 and then front flip. So I was doing that. So like you have to throw your arm kind of like this, and I threw it way too hard, and it just effed up my rotator cuff. And at that time I was learning air flares, and I had probably like 2 or 3 at that time. And so I quit air flares. So I lost my air flares. And then, I had to quit breaking for a long time actually because of that. Came back, 0 air flares, 0 Arabian twist, and a lot of other moves that I lost.
Yeah, for sure.
Then I started working again, getting all these things back. And then I was working with the Warriors at the time, and we were doing these shows. And there was this crazy trick that we were trying to figure out how to do where me and you made this trick with Vince. The one where Vince would do the splits on the ground, and then I don't remember. I would jump, and then you would jump over me, maybe I was jumping over you. I don't remember, but we would do that. So we were doing that, except our friend Quang, who's like the buffest guy I know, he's doing like his planche like push-ups down where Vince would have been, and then one guy jumps over him, and then I was jumping over that guy, and then we got another guy who gets thrown over me. So it was like it all happens at the same time. So it goes boom. And so while we were practicing this, he missed and landed straight on me. So I went head first into the ground, hit my shoulder super hard, and it just like effed up my shoulder. And so I went to the doctor. They were like, "Oh yeah, this is like a common linebacker injury." And I was like, "Yeah, because I'm a freaking linebacker. Like, look at me." And they're just like, "Yeah, don't do whatever you're doing." And I'm like, "Okay, what do I do?"
Do it.
And they're like, "That's all you can do." All right. So then, I lost air flares again, and now both shoulders are messed up, and this is my catching shoulder, so it's like it's hard to catch now. So I always like not too happy with that. So
I haven't dream of air flares a long time ago, man.
I can hit 2 once in a while if I can deal with the pain in the shoulder. But if I'm not down to do that, and usually I'm not, it's like, it's kind of like a whoop. That's an air flare, I guess. So, that's the pains of
life of a b-boy.
Yeah. So, do you have any chronic injuries from dancing?
I'm still dealing with the torn back, even to this day.
Torn back?
Yeah. So I think I like twisted wrong. I feel like I tore a muscle in it. Hasn't been confirmed yet, but
when was that?
That's been like 2 years. So I've been every now and then my back will pull, so I can't even like bend over to get in my car.
Oh shoot!
So that's been fun.
That's not good. Sometimes I get like a weird back pain. It's not like nearly as bad, but sometimes it'll be like, "Ooh, what's going on?" It makes it so if you're like in a weird position, it like hurts a lot. So I don't know.
Yeah, for sure that the meniscus tear sucked for sure. When I tried to learn air flares back in the day, my shoulder went out of place, so I stopped doing that.
Oh, yeah. I was there. I don't know if you were doing an air flare, but I remember you did pop your shoulder out once. Doing hand hops, I think.
Not fun, dude.
Yeah, I'm lucky I didn't, and that never happened to me, because that would be...
And we were young back then, too, so, like...
Yeah, you
that
probably
shouldn't be
popped
happening when you're young.
Yeah, you popped it probably when you were a sophomore. Dude, that sucks.
Yeah, dude.
And then you just started learning hand hops on the other hand, and then now you can hand hop for a year.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike. I never practice them anymore.
And you could just do it?
Yeah.
Dang,
it's
dude.
Kind of weird.
I can do 2 hand hops, 3 hand hops maybe. So, you know,
Yeah.
maybe I need to break myself off.
Just break your knees, dude.
I know. Just
no choice.
well, actually, I guess that's a good thing for you. Like, if you ever lost your legs, you could just be like, hey,
Walk
man,
around on my hands.
I'm handy capable. And just hop around, dude. That'd be sick.
But yeah, injuries for sure suck.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, this is like, in the end, this is my job. So, like, if something goes wrong, it's game over.
I want to see if, like, dance starts blowing up to the point where it's like a sport and stuff. Like, you know, I guess with the Olympics and stuff coming up, I want to see, you know, if it was at the NBA level and they had all these like, good doctors and stuff like working with these athletes to keep their bodies like perfect. Like how good people would get.
Yeah, for sure. Because I'm 100% with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think already you're seeing like it's a lot of now little kids who probably their parents were B-boys or B-girls back in the day are now like 10 years old and, you know, double flipping over
each
other.
Kids are crazy now.
Yeah.
They do stuff that I'm like, I'm never going to try that in my life.
Yeah. Well, so it's like, I think you see that now. And then, so you're seeing kids that are good from like birth essentially. And, you know, I think once it becomes like a bigger sport and maybe there's more research into like how to keep people in good physical shape for it, I think melding those two things together, dude, you're going to see some crazy like 20-year-olds like literally flying. Just, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're like triple air flares.
Yeah. Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
I feel like the future for like at least our generation's like more coaching them. I feel like if it does become a sport, it's like
oh yeah, for sure.
It'll be
There's
like
no way
our generation will become coaches of teams, which would be crazy.
We're the era of like getting broke off and then figuring out how to do it, and they're the era of like, oh, you got broke off and can teach me how to not get broke off. Yeah. So now I can do it when I'm 10.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then when they have kids, who knows?
It's gonna be crazy.
Or I don't know, maybe breaking doesn't exist at that time.
I don't know, man. It's coming to the Olympics, so.
Yeah, I know.
Or hopefully it goes through.
Yeah, is it through or no?
I think it's like 90% sure.
I thought it was 100, but I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's going through. I don't want to say 100 because I don't know.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's dope. I think as long as they find like a fair judging system, like even like get like you have to be certified to judge, you know, like there's like you do understand the criteria, so it's not so like biased or anything. I think that's what will make it legit versus people seeing it once in the Olympics and then all of a sudden they're like, oh no, you just can't do it because, you know, just because it was messed up the first time. So I think as long as they get it right the first time, it'll last as long as possible.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's tight that it's in the Olympics, and I'm really excited to see it there. And I think we've, as a scene, come very far to get it here. But I also am worried that the scene is not ready for it because, for one, there's a lot of pushback against it, which that's gonna be problems. And then the judging, I think there's a lot of hump to get over to make that right. Because I think basically judging now is kind of like you win, you know, you just point to the dude that you think wins. That ain't gonna cut it for the Olympics. I mean, because they're used to points and whatever, and like, oh yeah, he wins. He got 10 points, and I give him 0. Like that doesn't that ain't gonna work, dude.
For sure.
So I think everybody in the scene really needs to come together, think about how to do this. And I'm not just talking about like the OGs. I'm talking about anybody in the scene who has a good idea to like try to figure it out. Because I think if anything has been proven is that we don't have a good judging system other than, I mean, I think 1, 2, 3 point to who you think wins is fine with me from like an artistic perspective, because I look at it as like there's these judges here and they have their own artistic perspective on what they think is good, and them pointing at it is just saying my opinion is this, that I like this more. And if the Olympics is okay with that, that's cool. But and simply because that kind of goes well with the way breaking was formed and how we've always done it. So it stays true to how we do it. I think there's holes in that for sure, but I don't think that's gonna fly with the Olympics.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's kind of like, I think what they're gonna say is, well, if somebody who's watching says, well, why did that guy win? And then they go, oh, because Darren from Kinjas said so.
Yeah.
And then they're like,
sure.
Why though? Why did he say
yeah.
so? And he's like, because he wore a ninja costume and the other guy didn't. Okay, well, all right. That's how you get an Olympic medal then. Yeah, so that's not going to fly. You know what I mean? So, but then again, I think giving points to specific criteria, I have some reservations on that because I think it breaks down a little bit when you go, okay, if you imagine a guy who's really well-rounded going against a guy who's really good at maybe a few things, I can still see either of those guys winning,
for sure.
But a judging system that tailors more to an all-around person, that guy is always going to win that battle.
For sure.
So I have some problems with that. I like to always compare it to painting, you know, where you're judging an art piece. So say you had like the Mona Lisa and you're looking at, I forget the name of the painting, but like it's Picasso's painting of the war where it's like all this cubism kind of thing. There's like a lot of like chaos going on. There's a lot of if you were comparing those and they were like say those paintings are battling, right? How do you judge
exactly.
that? Because in one way you could say, oh, the realism on this one is much better than that, so they win. But then you could say, but the emotion here, I see more emotion in it. I want that one. But then you go, oh, but the Mona Lisa smile has this slight little like thing to it, so maybe it's like inner pain or whatever. So there's emotion in that too. So there's like a huge debate that gets involved with it. And so how do you put criteria to that?
Yeah, and it could like ruin the art form because
it really
people
could
would just be like, okay, I'm just gonna do footwork just to get the points, you know?
Yeah.
Versus like, if that's not what you're feeling, then fucking don't do it, you know?
Which is why I really think the point to who you think wins is a good system, because it's at least going, okay, it's being true to your impressing like an audience, right? And showing your art form to that audience, and the audience is saying, okay, I want that over that. And the audience being the judge.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think it's good that it stays true to that, and they're able to put their own creative opinion into the choice of the winner. So I think that's good, but I do think that it breaks down a little bit. So I've been playing with the idea of like if there was just like 20 judges and they're all from different areas of the world, they've all you know maybe had so and so amount of experience, 20 years or whatever. Renowned or whatever, you know, dancers, and they're set in the room as like the crowd, and they're just judging, and so you get 20 different points of people. So basically, your system is a point system of 20 total points, and your score is just based on who that particular audience member points to. Sure.
I think that's fine. Like, I think it's just as long as the judges are like credentialed, whatever they need to do to get to that spot, like then it's like I feel like that is the fairest way versus doing like you get points for footwork or top rocks and style and power. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's so subjective, and I mean, you can get in long debates about people going like, that's not footwork. That is footwork.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, to me, I go, dude, who cares?
Yeah.
Like you're saying that's footwork and that's not footwork. It's something. Who cares? Like, you know what I mean?
It's that guy's expression or girl's expression of whatever they think it is.
Dude, it's just dancing. It's just movement. It's either cool or it's not. Yeah. It's either dope or it's not. You know. So why don't you just judge on that rather? Oh, that's not footwork. He put his butt on the ground. He put his back. His pinky touched the ground. Like what the hell are you even talking about, dude?
Yeah. Unless it's a footwork competition, then
dude. Even a footwork, dude. I think footwork competitions are the stupidest thing. And this is a hot take, and probably I would imagine a lot of people would be mad at this, but I think footwork competitions are the stupidest shit ever, because it's like, it's just a way for people to like go in and go, hey, look at me. I did footwork based on this model of what everyone thinks footwork is, and I win. Cool. Like, not to diss anybody who's done that. Usually the person who wins is very good at what they do, but I've seen people that have very good, what I would consider footwork, and they lose. Mm-hmm. And it's because what they're doing is maybe not mainstream footwork. I think the mainstream footwork is probably that kind of like rock steady style a little bit, where it's like very steppy, a lot of pauses and stuff, little freezes in their footwork. But I've seen like more flowy styles where they're doing sweeps and they go onto the ground and like kind of roll around and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, they're still using their feet. So it's hard to say that it's not footwork, in my opinion.
It's like evolving with the times.
When I look at the footwork competition, the way I break it down is it's a way of saying you're not allowed to do all this other stuff, and if you do it in this little bubble, then you win. Mm-hmm. And if you touch any of this stuff out here, you lose. Which, I mean, I guess that's kind of cool, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like a let's tie our one hand behind our back and let's box. Mm-hmm. That's what it is to me. Yeah. It's not like a real boxing match. It's tie both of your hands together and like try to bite each other or whatever. You know what I mean? Which, that's probably fun to watch, and I'm not going to lie. Footwork battles are fun to watch, but I don't know. If you're talking about straight up breaking, dude, I don't know. I think it's stupid. Yeah, that's my hot take. So don't hate me for it. So we're coming up on 50 minutes or so. Yeah, dude. So I know recently you got engaged, right? Mm-hmm. So how's
did.
Yeah, how's that going? Like, are you guys planning your wedding and everything now?
Yep. Already got the venue.
Oh, dope.
Next year. Already got photographer, videographer, got the food, 8-course, 10-course meal.
Dang, dude, what the heck?
And then got the guest list going. You're invited, of course.
Oh,
you and the wife.
Oh, man.
So, February.
Damn, I got to get you a gift now.
Be ready. Nah, you don't need to get me a gift.
In February?
Yeah, February. Next year. Not this year.
Oh, I was like, dude, did you already send the invite? Because I don't think I've seen it.
No, next year. Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are taking your time.
Yeah.
That's good. Me and Keiko took our time too. We were engaged for like 2 years or some shit.
Oh, word.
Yeah, we were engaged for like 2 years, I think, and then we because she was in nursing school at the time, and then I was I don't think I was doing anything. But I wasn't gonna plan the wedding. No, yeah, I don't know what I was.
The realness.
I mean, that's real though.
Yeah,
like,
that's good.
How much of your opinion is going into the wedding?
It's like, I'll try the food with you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Every single one of my ideas went out the door.
Hey man, you got to wear the socks though. He pulled it off,
dude. So he's talking about. I goofed on everyone at my wedding. Because I like to make jokes. I think I made the joke to Keiko's mother, because she was like, really involved, like trying to like have us do all these things, and I was like, I think we're gonna have a Ninja Turtle themed wedding, and she just like shock went through her face, like, are you serious? Like, 'cause she takes everything really serious, so that's why I said it. So she freaked out for a second. And then I was just like, I'm just messing around. Yeah. Oh, and then I remember she asked me like, what kind of food are you gonna get? I was like, oh, I was thinking of just getting a taco truck. And yeah, I think some fear in her face was no.
Dude, taco truck would still be dope.
Hey, I'll still stick by this opinion. I think that if you did your wedding at like a nice park and you got a taco truck to come through, and you know, you'd obviously have to get it on a good day for weather, but you get a taco truck and you just invite lots of people. You get a really dope DJ, and then make sure, you know, the city's not tripping out about sound and stuff, and just did your wedding just like as almost like a barbecue. Dude, I think that would be the funnest thing ever.
For sure.
It'd be so like less formal.
It takes out the you need to sit by this person. It's just like, dude, just go to the truck, eat, stand if you want.
Like, because I've always hated like the formality of things. And so when we started planning our wedding, I was like, oh dude, this is not for me, man. Like, let's just because I was seriously saying, let's just go to the courthouse and sign papers and whatever, and then just do it like that. But I knew that wasn't gonna fly, so we had to do our thing. And
it's a good wedding.
I thought it was a good wedding. Yeah, I mean, Keiko did a good job like figuring out what to do, and I helped a lot with like decorations, I guess, because she would say, "Hey, build this," and because I know how to build stuff, so I would go and build it for her. So I built a whole bunch of stuff for her. Or for us, and
it was for her. Come on.
But so yeah, it turned out, and you know, we were looking for a good venue, so we went to a lot of different ones, and we went to that one. And
dope spot,
the Flower Farm in Loomis near Sacramento. So I really liked it. She really liked it because there's like these chickens that like wander around, and we thought it was like the funniest thing ever. And because I grew up near Fair Oaks, which there's chickens wandering around all the time. So it was like something I was used to a little bit. And I used to have chickens as a kid too. And so I was like, oh, this is fun. Like, let's have chickens at the wedding. And she thought it was funny too. So we're like, yeah, let's do that. And so that's why we chose that place.
It's a dope spot for sure.
And so, yeah, we made it, we took that. And I guess the reason we chose it was because having it on like a somewhat farm setting, like a nice farm setting, took away a little bit of the formality. So I was happy with that. So I think it turned out well.
And dude, super dope. To see old friends and stuff too.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, and then yeah, during the ceremony, I got to goof on everybody because I said, hey, what was my vows? I said all my vows, and then at the end I said, saying to Keiko, dang, I wish I had vows here, because I basically said, I'm glad that you let me do a surprise Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle themed wedding. And she was like, oh, what? And then I like lift up my pants and I had a Ninja Turtle sock on.
That's a good closer.
Yeah. So I liked to goofing on everybody. It was I think that was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was really trying to not make it so formal. Yeah. I don't know. When I walked in,
even like with the new job he was playing, like that was just for
sure. Yeah.
That already set the tone. Like it wasn't formal, you know.
I was exactly. Yeah. Like we played new jobbies. It was, what was that song? Another Reflection. No, Reflection Eternal. And that's mainly because I think when me and Keiko first started dating, I used to play that song a lot or something. I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah, she really likes that song too. So anyway, so yeah, we played that because it was like, we were trying to set the tone as like, this is like, have some fun and, you know, chill, relax, have a good time. I didn't want it to be people going like, ooh, I'm at a wedding. I need to like, be all formal and shit. So.
Yeah. Even like the adults, they're like, some weren't dressed in suits. They're just like hanging.
Dude, my dad didn't have a suit on.
It was nice.
Well, so cool. that was another thing. Like, because I knew for sure my dad was not going to wear a suit. And so everyone was like asking me, like, what's the attire? And I was like, well, I don't care what you wear. I'll probably be wearing a suit because it's my wedding day. But like, you're not gonna offend me if you wear freaking board shorts.
Yeah.
In fact, I would probably think that's really funny, and a good idea because it would probably be hot that day. And then I would say, but for sure, I know my dad is not wearing a suit, so he kind of just already set the dress code.
Yeah.
Because I could tell him to wear a suit, and he ain't gonna wear a suit. So that's a dress code right there. So like Keiko's dad was saying, oh, he might wear a tux or whatever, and I was like, you wear whatever you want to wear, but for sure my dad is not going to wear a suit. So if you're trying to match him or something, like, you're going to be looking a lot flyer than him. So, he's going to come in with his work boots, his like new pair of jeans and I'm talking like, he'll have these black jeans, and what he does is when he works, he has the black jeans, they get holes in them. So then like a year later, he buys a new pair. So he just bought his new pair for that wedding. And then, but he's probably still wearing them working now. You know what I mean? So he just, was smart about when he bought the jeans probably. Or timing. I don't know. I don't even
Timing
remember.
is
He
everything,
might have had
man.
holes in them. I don't know. Yeah. So, but that's my dad. So yeah, dude. So is like your wedding planning, like, is that going pretty good? Like, are you?
Yeah, because Jen's in the industry,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay, dope.
She's a makeup artist for weddings, so she
tight.
knows a lot of people. Just makes it easier.
So she's not stressing. I guess you're more than a year out,
Yeah.
so you guys probably aren't stressing that much.
Yeah, her friend's a wedding planner too, so
dope.
hired her, so just take all the stress away,
We did most of the planning, I think. We did most of the planning, paid for everything, and we had a day of coordinator though, so we worked with them, and then I had a friend who was a DJ, so he did all that, and he did all the lighting and stuff.
Yeah.
RJ, shout out to him. Supreme Soul, he was also on TV.
Dope music too.
Yeah. So, I really wanted good. That was the one thing about the wedding that I really wanted was good music. So I was like,
for sure.
Like, because I thought of it like this. If the wedding sucks, it's probably because of a DJ.
True. Yeah. Or if you didn't like really enjoy it, it's probably because the music was off.
And I also thought is like, if the wedding really sucks, how to save it is the DJ. So it all hinges on a good DJ.
For sure.
Because it's like, if something goes bad and the DJ just goes, he plays some sound and it's just like, and then plays, some dope track, and then people just are like, getting down to it. Dude, you saved the wedding. It's like, just imagine it, oh no, the wedding there, the bride spilled wine all over her white dress, and the DJ goes, oh no. Yo, dude, drop that beat, son. Wedding is saved, right? I don't know. I'm not a wedding planner. What the heck?
I don't know, but if I planned weddings, that's what I would do.
That's what I would do. And I'd probably get a divorce the same day. I would say just enjoy the wedding planning time. Try to I don't know, have fun with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't let it stress you out.
Yeah.
Because
if anything, is just like signing checks. Like, gosh, darn it.
No, it costs a lot of money. Like,
but it'll be worth it.
Sign checks for sure.
One time in your life, hopefully.
It is. Yeah, one time in your life. I think I have a story that like puts it into perspective. We were like, this was like probably like a month or two out from the wedding. Keiko's like looking at the different desserts to have. So she wanted all these like cookies and stuff. And she like started breaking down and crying and stuff. And I was like, what are you crying about? And she's just like, oh my God, it's like everything's going wrong. These cookies, they don't have like chocolate cookies. They have chocolate chip cookies or what? I was like, so they don't have chocolate cookies. They got chocolate chip. Oh no, they don't have the second best cookie. They have the first best cookie. why are you crying? And she's like, oh my God, this is like, it's like ruining the wedding already. And I was like, hey, I started laughing at her. And she's like getting mad at me. And I'm like, but here, take a step back and think about what you're saying. You're like crying about cookies. Like, let's just be happy we can have cookies at the wedding.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's a cookie.
Yeah.
Everybody loves cookies. And if you don't love a cookie, like, fuck you, don't come to my wedding. Yeah. So yeah, and then I think she like kind of started laughing too, and then she's like, oh yeah, it's just the stress. I was like, yeah. So let's just laugh at this because it's a cookie, and then realize that cookies are good and everybody loves cookies. So if you don't like this particular cookie, you can go to cookie hell.
Any cookie sponsors out there?
Yeah. What's up with them Mrs. Fields, where you at? What's up? I'm trying to remember the other one. Chips Ahoy, where you at, dude? Nabisco? Hey, Nabisco. I need some cookies, dude. You can pay me in cookies. Oh, damn. So let's like try to wrap the show up. So what's in the future for you and now that you're getting married, like starting up these studios, like obviously still dancing, like where do you see this going? Like, you're gonna keep teaching, you're gonna like do more shows, or kind of get away from that and start coaching or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like my body is starting to tell me, dude, you need to slow down. So I think, well, right now I'm working on a program to help other dance teachers or upcoming dance teachers like make money without depending on like, like auditions or even a dance studio. Like, just make it on your own, just hustle on your own, and just understand how to use like marketing and salesmanship and all that stuff to do it all on your own. So you can just make a living off of that and teach the students that you want to teach. Enjoy life. Can
you teach me how to make a good podcast?
You got it, dude. I'll do the marketing for you.
I do need some.
But this podcast is already good, man. You're killing it.
I'm terrible at marketing.
Right,
dude, I don't even use social media like much. I mean, I use Facebook, but it's usually to talk to my mom or who, someone in my family. Yeah. And so like marketing on social media is a nightmare for me. Yeah, like just thinking about it, I'm like, dude, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel like, especially our generation, it's almost like you feel like you have to post a bunch of stuff.
I don't like posting.
Yeah, I feel like it's not about that. It's more about like, if you understand like how, like when we buy stuff, it's usually through somebody paying for an ad to show. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you understand that, like, yes, you're paying money to get your stuff out there, but it will come back to you. But a lot of our generation, they just want to do it for free. So that's why they just post a bunch of stuff, but it's not doing anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of tools out there that like use the data that it tracks to like sell you stuff. So it's kind of like
basically like once they see your ad and you can and they click, you can target them to like, it'll show up later and they'll be like, whoa, how does this person
it'll
know
be like,
I'm looking for that?
We've seen that Darren has looked up big black dildos many times.
So just follow me around, man.
And he likes to do it late at night. So next time he's scrolling through Instagram, let's give him an ad for a big black dildo.
That's the one.
And then it's like, oh, hey, Kurt, you sell big black dildos? We got the guy for you.
That's exactly how it works.
So what's up, dude? I have a side business.
So what's up? Big Black Dildo sponsorship.
Yeah, dude. BigBlackDildos.com. Like, you trying to buy? How many can I put you down for? A whole bag? A bushel?
That's what the podcast has led up to. That one advertisement right there.
Here's an announcement. I'm starting my business. It's BigBlackDildos.com. And
check it out.
Darren is my first and only customer. Thank you for buying my whole stock. I wonder
if somebody owns that domain. You should look it up.
Yeah, probably somebody does. Hey, dude, what's up? I need a sponsor, dude. Please sponsor this. I don't care. Dude, that'd be funny if like 100 episodes in, you see like a BigBlackDildos.com sponsoring this podcast.
Oh, man. I want a royalty for that, man.
Yeah, for reals. Yeah. That's tight. Crap. I was going to ask you something again. Dang. Yes. Okay. So you're, so you're like teaching people how to like market themselves and stuff. And okay. So that's like, you're building like kind of a business around that.
Yeah.
I guess. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. That's definitely something that is useful to a lot of people, mainly to me. So it's
any freelancers, it's hard out there.
Yeah, it's hard. Well, yeah, because I think we live in a world of freelancing now. Because I've just been noticing that a lot of like typical jobs, careers are like getting outsourced now to freelancers because the overhead for them is a lot lower. They can drop their costs a little bit. Then the company also doesn't need to pay for like health benefits and whatever other benefits they do. So it's kind of like in their best interest to do that. And, sometimes, they're paying more maybe like per hour for a freelancer, but saving a lot of money because they don't need to deal with any of the stuff that they deal with. And they just go, okay, here's the project, here's the scope, and you're going to do it for this fee. Bam. And then it's like easier for them to do business that way. I've noticed that that's been happening a lot. And there's a lot of resources out there for freelancers to like be able to do that. So I see in like 10 years, it's probably going to be a lot of that.
Yeah, for sure.
I work as an engineer, and I could see that easily happening. I mean, it already does happen to us, but I can easily see a lot of companies stepping back from having full-time employees to maybe only like a couple of them, and then they outsource everything.
Yep, for sure.
Because I already know of companies that do that right now. So that's cool. So that's you're working on that kind of stuff. So before we close the show, is there any like shout outs or any kind of I don't know, plugs you want to give?
Just follow me at Darren R. Wong and check out my website, darrenrwong.com. And dude, thanks for having me. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long since the wedding. And even before the wedding, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, because right after the wedding, I moved out here. Yeah. No, I moved out here before the wedding. And then during the wedding, we were just planning. So we were just locked up in here. And then after the wedding, and then after the wedding, we were like, just, we didn't want to go anywhere. Because we were like, I'm sick of the world.
Yeah. Just, you did a lot.
Yeah, so we were just
chilling. A lot has happened.
So we were just chilling, and then, we moved here, and I don't know. So now I'm closer to you.
Yeah, man. Kick it more.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. Don't you have a YouTube channel you teach or something? Or you used to or something?
I do. If you want to check that out, it's also Darren R. Wong. So pretty much if you type in Darren R. Wong, I'm all over the place.
Dope. So pornhub.com.
Darren
R. Wong. You'll see some wild stuff.
Sponsored by
bigblackdildos.com. Dope, dude. So shout out to your Pornhub account. Shout out to your YouTube. Shout out to your Instagram, your Facebook, your Big Black Dildo account. Tight, man. Well, it's been great having you. I'd love to have you back. I feel like I could talk to you forever.
Yeah.
There's tons of other stuff I can talk to you about. Good luck to you. Good luck to Kinjas.
Thanks, man.
I'd love to have a ninja outfit if you got any of them.
All right, I'll get you a mask.
I need a Halloween costume. So I was thinking about wearing this for Halloween and then changing the way that I normally dress to just be ninja. So
that's good.
If you got spare ninja costumes, I'm not picky. Just
whatever will do.
Just hook me up, man. Please hook me up. Or if there's a sponsor, ninjacostumes.com. What's up? Where you at? I need some sponsors. Oh, please. I'll get paid in ninja costumes. Yeah. You can pay me in ninja stars, dude. Or whatever else ninjas have. Smoke bombs? You can pay me in smoke bombs. Please. Oh, God. Okay, thanks. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Sorry this show sucks.